British cinema is not well known for sexploitation films. This week's film, Au Pair Girls, tried to address one of their barriers to success by making sure none of the actresses were British. Welcome to Exploitation Reviews, and me, Rob, and today I'm taking a look at Au Pair Girls from 1972. This film comes to us from director Val Guest, who is perhaps most famous as the director of the first two Quatermass movies. He was also the writer and director of When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth, starring Playboy model Victoria Vetri. Oh, and here's a fun fact about that movie. It's perhaps the only G-rated film to have nude scenes. From a Playboy model, nonetheless. The scenes were originally removed from the theatrical release, but they were reinserted for the home media release later. Anyway, back to this movie. There's no shortage of nudity here, so let's check it out. We open on an airport and some swinging music.
We come from here, we come from there.
Starring Mimi Lay. And yeah, sure, I could have written a joke about that name, but it would have been culturally insensitive to bang one out. Our first girl off the plane is the Swedish girl, who is played by a German girl, Ingrid Frank. The film pays particular attention to her asset.
Girl, you got a badonka-donk.
Ah, that must be Mimi Lay. And there's our Danish girl, played by a Pakistani girl. Finally, we get our German girl, played by an American girl. All of them are going to the employment agency to get their au pair assignments. So, the way the movie will work is that each au pair will have her own story, and the movie will cut back and forth between them. So, it's very much like many other European sexploitation films of the era that lacked an overall plot and were more or less clip shows. This one, though, does a much better job than most of those in that it does feel like one movie and not merely a series of disjointed stories. But the different segments here do all have different tones, so it is still at least reminiscent of the typical European clip show sexploitation film. So let's meet the families these girls will be staying with. Our first one here is this guy. The shtick of his segment will be that he imagines various naked happenings, and we, the audience, see his imaginings. If you've seen Russ Meyer's The Immoral Mr. Tease, you know where they got the idea for his character. And I don't mean that to be a complaint. Meyer himself got the idea from the short story The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. The first thing our guy here imagines is his father playing with the secretary. And that's nothing you can see here on YouTube.
Man, I just work here.
But of course, we don't have to stay here. Support the channel on Patreon and get access to uncensored, spicy versions of my reviews. Link is in the description. He picks up the au pair, who goes by a fitting name.
My friends, they call me Randy.
As a matter of fact, so do mine.
Before too long, they have car trouble, but Randy knows how to get a ride. The farmer takes them to his farm to wait while they wait for the tire to be fixed. Back with our German gal pretending to be a Swedish gal, she gets settled with her host family. She's very comfortable being naked, which is a bit of a surprise to her host. You'll have to take my word on that. She also doesn't know how to use a shower curtain and gets water everywhere, but you'll have to take my word on that too. The shower scene also goes to great lengths to show her asset.
You're gonna love this cake, okay?
Mimi Lay gets settled as well. Her family is rather well-to-do. Sharp-eyed viewers will recognize this place. That's Oakley Court in Windsor, which was the location of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Mimi Lay's sequence is by far the most bizarre. The child she is tasked with is no child at all, but an adult man, who merely acts like a child. This might be some sort of cultural joke that I don't get. Is it funny to portray British aristocracy as man-children? Couldn't tell you. Or maybe the man is actually supposed to be a child, but they couldn't cast a child because of what will happen later. And if that's the case, this segment crosses from the bizarre to the gross. Anyway, our final girl is the German girl. The family she's staying with has a teenage daughter who plans to go to a concert and is going to take the new au pair with. And from here, the movie will cut back and forth between the stories until it all comes together at the end. The Danish girl ends up with a ripped dress, then a wet dress, then no dress at all. The Burmese girl and her man-child play tag, swing on a swing, which weirdly doesn't make them swingers. And then they play the kissing game. And we all know what the kissing game leads to.
Now get that inside you.
The Swedish girl has a date with a cab driver she had met earlier. Oh, and here's something interesting. Even though this is a British film, her sequence was censored in Britain. If you watch that version, you might be confused as to why she put a mirror on the floor. If you watch the uncensored American version, you will know why. She wanted to make sure her other hairstyle looked good. She thought it did. Head over to Patreon to see if you agree with her. So she goes to a casino, meets a sheik who lends her some money, and then invites her to his place. Finally, the German girl goes to that concert, is introduced to a lecherous old man, goes to the after party with the singer, and then things take a pretty dark turn. Before things get too dark though, there is a fair bit of sexiness, some of which was also censored in the British version of this film. Apparently the British censors thought going downtown was distasteful. Mind the gap. All the girls will meet up again for the finale, but that's enough out of me as far as plot goes. Let's talk some highlights. Well, the girls here are all kinds of wow. From the bubbly Swedish girl to the shy German girl to the confident Danish girl to the romantic Burmese girl, winners every one. But a movie can't be eye candy alone, story matters. At least a little bit. And in that department, there is some stuff to praise here. I really like the segment with the Swedish girl. She was light and fun and smoking hot. That's a great combination. The segment with the Danish girl was okay. I liked how she teased the man she was with and didn't let him get away with his creep tendencies. I also liked most of the segment with the German girl. It was great right up until it took that turn, but it did take that turn. Overall, this is above average for a European sexploitation film and is well worth checking out, but it's not perfect. Like a sheik discovering oil, this film has some shortcomings. Well, I've already mentioned the aspects of the film I don't like. The segment with the Burmese girl was bizarre and a bit disturbing, and the segment with the German girl ended up being pretty sad. I don't know about you, but I don't want to feel sad watching a movie like this. I mean, it's a sexploitation film, not a home movie.